good morning, everybody. It's Thursday. It is 888, August the 8th, 2024. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 equals 8. 888. It's a numerology thing. We started this service here back in 2016 and have the privilege of being able to trade 999, which was September 9th, 2016. And it was a root and toot and shot, and it was an amazing day. Stanley Fischer came out after the opening bell, made a couple of comments, and the market tanked. Absolutely beautiful day. Chris X-Eyes, he recalls it very well. Today we have jobless claims at 8:30 in the morning, and it's pretty dead until later in the afternoon. We get the 4-week bill auction, and at 1 o'clock we get the 30-year. That will be your significance. Not that JP Morgan raises the probability of the U.S. recession by year end to 35%, up from 25%. Not that you can get arrested in the UK if you retreat, that there are people rioting outside of your house and you need someone to come and pick you up. Not that anything that has to do with what's going on in the real world, because everything is tied into the Japanese yen carry forward trade that everybody has become an expert at recently, even though they have absolutely no fucking idea what they're talking about. So on to where we are. Yesterday, you had a plus 1% gap up and you dumped it off.
All that, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, that is called Bidenomics. That is called Bidenomics, and we are very proud of Bidenomics. Bidenomics is working. Yeah, go ahead and clap.
Hello, but that is not bullish. Big range. LGBTQ colored range, 52.93, 53.30, 51.95, closing just off the lows. All of you, every single one of you, full credit rides on the 52.95, 52.90, the 53.15, the 53.10s, the 53.05, 5300s. You pick any one of the better than $2.50 credit spreads that we threw out there on SPX yesterday. You ended off completely full credit with nothing to do but sit back there and say, how in the hell am I getting 100%, 150%, 400% trades every single day? Well, I'm good, but I'm eventually going to be wrong. So don't go getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because, we've had a fucking beautiful streak since my daughter's birthday back in, mid-July. It's been an incredible streak. It's been a great run. It's been everything. But, there's going to be that time when out of these 250 trading sessions of the year, I am going to be wrong. So take your foot off the gas a little bit if you don't know what you're doing, or, you've made an excessive amount of money. You understand that we are now, 13, 14 days into this drop? Take a little bit of a breather. Today's 888. That's it, 888. So anyway, yeah, gapping up and a big drop down. That ain't good. Right now, as of right now, we're looking at 51.50, 52.50, more or less for your plus or minus 1%. At current, because we have gone absolutely nowhere all night long. We're sitting here at 5,200. Now we're getting a little bit of a drop, 7 points. As of now, we're looking down around that 50.76, 53.25 for the safe edges. Safe edges haven't really come into play too much during this entire drop. However, as I posted there on the trade for today, being that today is 888, was reminding everybody yesterday that today is 888. I would be looking for a close below 5,200. That being that we're buying the 5,205 calls, selling the 5,200 calls, taking the $2.50 to $3 credit. And since everybody has interactive brokers, I'm sure most of you are already in that trade and just literally waiting for it to start paying you that 100% that you're used to getting. QQQ, again, same thing. Major gap up, 1.5% gap up, and you absolutely dumped it off. Not good, just not good. So don't go buying the dip. Don't go positioning yourself thinking that you've caught the bottom. This is not the time to do that. We are far, far, far from that. So leave it alone. IWM, same thing. Those IWM puts, if anybody is still riding into them, well, yesterday you had the new trade. You had the 207 puts for today. Those were up a little bit better than 150% yesterday. So, we are still looking at a possibility of seeing that breakdown below 200, which we did have almost overnight, and it's still early. It's only 5:30 in the morning. So anyway, guys, keep it very light because, again, looking over at what we've got, the VIX, just gigantic, enormous move right back to that 28.84. Huge, huge, huge. Over here on the SPX, having placed the low when we opened there on Monday of the entire drop that we've been in since 56.69, down 550 points, we went exactly to the 38.2 retracement yesterday. And as we ate shit on that, we dropped down below that 50 retracement. So now, what is there right now is this will have to hold 5,200, which is where it is, the 61.8 retracement, or else forget about it. You are going to be testing that 51.63. Come over and see it on your QQQ. Actually, I can show you this over on our chart that we watch all the time, the Thanksgiving. You've got this tiny gap here at 51.86, tiny little gap. And if you do lose that, again, you're looking at your lows from over here back on Monday afternoon, right there around 51.65. And you've got your Fibonacci, your big Fibonacci right there, going back to the October 2022 lows, sitting right there at 51.56. So a little bit more lower to go. Yeah, very possible, very likely. But again, we are kind of threading the needle, talking about, that we're looking for it to break down and just start eating everything down below. Because again, remember, we have 1, 2, 3 red weeks in a row over here on the SPX. Now, breaking down below 51, that's when it starts getting tricky, and that's only 40 points away, where we're looking at another red week. And if we are going to be getting a red week, because 4 in a row is not out of the question, but they are going to take this bitch down to 5,000. So again, there is made incredible, fantastic money for weeks now. Jumping in and trying to replace what we have already done, in case you've missed out on that, this isn't the time and place to be doing that unless you are going to be active in the chat room and you are going to use it for what it is, which is an information source of real time. QQQ, not good. 449, perfect little spot, smack down. What I'm looking at still and tracking here on the QQQ and the SPX, we got our A, we got our B. We could very much be looking at that 1, 2, 3, 4, and that tricky little 5. That tricky little 5 wiping you out, taking you down there to around the April lows, right over here to the 2023 highs, down here into that 413 area. Same view really on the SPX, where from a bigger, broader, wider view of this whole thing, we're kind of looking at this as possibly being our AB, and now we're looking at the 1, 2, 3, with this being the 4. Questionable, but yeah, throw it up there. Is it perfectly fucking hit? And then R5 taking us down where, again, like what we spoke about before, somewhere down into that region where we come down to the April lows, somewhere down in this area, and that's it. We have completely ended this correction, first A wave, down here into around 5,009 would be pretty perfect. So that's on the table. That's what's there. I wish you all the greatest of Thursdays. Really not feeling great. Had a very rough day today, and I will save my energy and my efforts for when we get open, because that's when you guys need me more. So talk to you then.
What the hell happened? What just happened?